Last week I told you, or I offended you maybe with your thoughts create your future. This week I say your habits create your future, maybe even more than your thoughts, but your thoughts influence your habits. So it's kind of the same, or it's so intertwined that we can't separate the two, and we don't have to. But habits are such a big gift to yourself. If you decide, I want to do this, or on the opposite, I don't want to do this anymore, it's like a big present with a bow, and you gift it to yourself. And then it depends, how much do you really want to install this habit or deinstall this habit. It really has to be something your inner child, or you're really like fully motivated to do. Otherwise you will fade out of this new habit, like, yeah, well, it's okay without. And it should be something which excites you, like, yes, like a gift. Like, really choose your gift wisely and then enjoy how it unfolds and how it serves you. But before we want to dive into today's topic, and before we I give you my 5 most favorite tips to really stick to your habit, please take 3 minutes of your time. Take a pen, take a paper, and write down, how are your habits already dictating your day, or how do they influence your day? Like, start in the morning, and are you snoozing? Are you just pushing the alarm button once and once and once again? And then you have a really big or really tight timeline, and you have to jump out of bed, into your shower, out of the house, without eating something, without having some time for yourself. Go through your day from the morning until you go to bed again, and write down your habits. And maybe some of your habits are really like wee wee wee, waving with a red flag, like, hello, what about dealing with me? Or, for example, you are just not drinking enough water during the day, so it would be a really smart thing to focus on 3 liters, or I don't know it in gallons, but just a big amount of water, and not Coca-Cola or another soda. Go through your day. 3 minutes is a long time and a short time. So really think about, what are my habits, and be aware of maybe the waving ones, but just go through your day without telling you that's a bad habit, that would be a good habit, that is a good habit. It's just a list without judgment. For 3 minutes, I will set my alarm again with the sound Mika and I use every morning to know that now it's time to get out of bed and into the kitchen for breakfast. So 3 minutes start now. I close here, and I see you in 3 minutes. Write down your list and enjoy. I was muted. Very well done, Ronja. I will cut this bit out. So, which one is your habit you want to gift yourself? A new habit, something you really, really want to do. I was talking about for 6 years how I want to get more sleep, but I didn't do anything about it. I got up early to get my me time in the morning. That was like my gift to myself already. But then in the evening, like, I do this and that, and then put my kid to bed, and then I need my own time or time with Ken if he was at home because he has a restaurant and normally he's not at home. So I really had the chance to go to bed early, but I didn't. And now in lockdown, without all the distractions or all the possibilities in the evening, going out with friends, meeting a lot of people, that's something I really, really love. But now it's like, let's go to bed. I go to bed with Mika together, and then I have 8 hours of delicious sleep. How cool is that? And I'm more focused. I'm clear in my head. It's just a delightful thing. And now I miss it if I don't have it, and that's when you win. Like, if you install your habit and then you really did what you promised yourself, and you feel it misses you miss something if you don't do it, you're over the hurdle of always discussing with yourself, well, should I do it today? Yes or no? Yeah, maybe not. This is the annoying part, and that's where I want to break through with you with one habit and just commit to something you are really motivated. You really want to do that. And that's what I ask you now for 1 minute to decide. And afterwards I give you my tips for really going through these annoying times where you are always negotiating with yourself. Afterwards it's a habit, and you just want to do it because you know how good you feel. And that's that's the thing, right? You don't want to do a habit which annoys you, which takes time and energy without having a benefit. But if you really feel the goodness after you did your habit, that's where we want to go. 1 minute of thinking, which is the habit I want to gift myself today from tomorrow on, and stick with it because I want to, and stick with it for 66 days. That's Bo Eason's claim. Other people say it's 30 days or it's 3 weeks to really install the habit. I like the 66 days because it's quite long. It's like a big commitment for over 2 months, but afterwards it's easier to do it than not to do it. That's what I really experienced with myself. I just did the Yoga with Adrian challenge now in January 2021, breath, and it's every day on YouTube, very easy, organized. It's just a new video appears and you can check it off here. And it was such a great feeling to actually complete the challenge. And now I just want to do yoga in the morning. It's like non-negotiable. And that's where we want to go. After 66 days, for sure, you will arrive there. But first, decide which is the habit. What is the habit which you want to commit to? Like, really. And ask yourself, honestly, like, really? No. Okay, another one. Take one you are excited about. 1 minute is short but long, and take your time and really think of what is the habit I want to gift myself. 1 minute is over. Did you decide? If not, you can of course come back to your decision process, but I like to have it done like, yes, let's commit, let's do it. And you didn't sign a contract with anyone who is like ringing your doorbell and calling you out or giving you a fine. You decide things yourself in your life. You are independent, you are powerful, and it's just nice to gift yourself this habit and the outcome of the habit. So what is it? And whatever it is, if you want to stop something or if you want to do something new, it starts, that's the point one of my tips. You really have to decide. If you don't want to stop smoking, you won't hit the 66 days mark. You just have no chance. But if you are ready, like this is my time and now I do it, then chances are that in 2 months you're like, wow. And then it gets easier and easier. As with sport, with eating habits, drinking habits, whatever it is that you've chosen. So, first decision. And I'm muted again. I can't believe it. No, I'm not muted. I'm lucky. So, second, make it easy for yourself to do your habit. For example, the yoga mat is already laid down on the floor in your living room. When you walk in, you're like, oh yeah, I wanted to do yoga. Or if you want to read in the evening and not watch TV, you put the book on the remote controller of your television. Like things like waving to you like, hello, you promised yourself something, remember? And with time, it's like, it gets easier and easier. But first you have to push through this maybe the first week is maybe easier, the first 3 days, 4 days. And then it's like, what did I do? Why did I promise this to myself? So then push through these next days because it's something you really want to do, right? You don't promise things you are annoyed by constantly and yet you don't see a positive like benefit or an influence on your body or on your mind. But pushing through, maybe you watch television every night for 20 years. That is not an easy thing to break. Why not be patient with yourself, but also a bit firm and do this, place the book on the remote control, for example. Then the other way around, I'll stick with the TV example because I love that from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. Highly recommend to read this book. He says if you don't want to watch television in the evening, make it really, really hard for yourself to actually put it on. Maybe you take the batteries out of the remote and you place it somewhere weird, so you have to climb on a chair and get them from over there. Or you put the television away in a cupboard or even in the attic or in the basement. So it's really annoying, like, I watch TV now, as I always did. And then you're like, oh no, it's in the basement, how annoying. And within the time, if you really go down there and if you really put it there and plug it in and take the batteries from this weird place down and put it into the remote, it's really your own decision to break your habit or your rule, your newly created intention of sticking to something. And then why not watching television? But my suggestion then is without guilt. Like, I decided tonight I break my habit. That's okay. If you do it the next day, you don't watch television and you read your book as you promised yourself. I didn't say you have to do that, right? You are deciding yourself. You're a free person and you can do whatever you want. But think about these are all examples. You have to define it for yourself, and that's what I love about this work. You find out what works for you and you do it your way. I don't tell you how to do things. I just know tricks which are helpful to do it your way. That's what I love. So the third trick was make it difficult if you want to stop something, make it easy if you want to start something, and the decision is really a big part in the beginning. So this minute before to decide which is the habit you want to install might not be enough time. You need more time to really pick one and say, okay, I'll stick with you for 66 days. Then point 4 is tracking. If you like to check things off, like my yoga with Adrian tracker here from January, I really love to do these checks with pink, always pink. I really was looking for a pink pen just because it's fun, but you could do it in rainbows. You can color in hearts or stars, or just have a piece of paper with squares and you say check, 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 check. 66 squares, hearts. We have a lot of trackers in the Joy Academy in different designs. If you Google tracker, there are thousands of ideas and also printable things. Track your progress. Celebrate if you can color in another star or another heart, because you do that for yourself. You don't do it for anybody else. Nobody will ring your doorbell and say, excuse me, miss, you didn't do your habit today. You have to discuss that with yourself. But that's my 5th point. Accountability can help really in a cool way, and it helps when your accountability partner is either really nice and you love to spend time together, like going for a jogging round every evening, 7:30 we meet in front of our house and then we go. That could be a really cool accountability. If you don't feel like going, he or she will push you, and vice versa. But it can be also in this Facebook group, in the Joy is My Compass Members Club. If you watch that on YouTube, come over to the group and proclaim in the group, like, I will do this for 66 days, and then go for it. And maybe somebody will ask back, like, how is it going? And even though you might fall off the wagon, you get on it again, and then you didn't do it, or you even stopped doing your progress with your habit. So what? Nobody dies and nothing severe happens, but I think it's a really healthy thing to start building up your promise muscle with yourself. You will show up at work on time, you will do this for other people, but for yourself, really sticking to the promises you have for yourself is very powerful, and you feel very good. With my sleep thing, like going to bed early and having 8 hours of sleep on my tracker is such a cool feeling. Like, wow, I did that for myself, not for anybody else. And you find out what you want to do. Your habits are changing how you feel, how your body is in shape, how your brain works, how just habits are so important, and we do them anyway. You say habits is for disciplined, boring people. Well, you have so many habits going on already, so taking the steering wheel in your hand and choosing consciously is just very smart, powerful, and just a cool way to be interactive with yourself. Like, yes, I take care of myself. I think I'm important, and I listen to what I wish for. I stick with the promises to myself. These are all very self-empowering thoughts and intentions, and you will feel the difference. Go all in with your new habit you want to gift yourself. Be accountable, or ask for accountability here in the group, and make it easy for yourself to stick with your habit, and make it hard to not do it, or to stop doing what you want to stop doing. Make it It's kind of the opposite way. If your new habit is no television in the evening, and you make it hard for yourself to watch television, it's kind of making it easy for yourself too. So you know what I mean. I hope you have a great fun with that for 66 days. Start in the group, post about it, and I will ask back, like, how is everybody doing with the new habit? And then we can play around and support each other, inspire each other. This is a cool thing. If you want to read my book, The Joy Compass, there is a big chapter about habits, and also a much bigger chapter about what do I really want, because that's so intertwined. That's like this speaks to this and vice versa. If you know what you want, like I want to be fit and healthy and run a marathon, this will translate to your habits, and that's a cool thing, I think. I'm sorry that I might not have stuck to 22 minutes because I was muted for an amount of time I'm not very sure of. I will cut that piece out, but maybe it's not 22 minutes now on time, but I'm sure you don't care and have fun with your habit anyway. Thank you so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up here on YouTube if you watch it on YouTube. Follow my fresh new challenge channel and make yourself a challenge of 66 days. And thank you, Bo Eason, for these 66 days. I love this longer time frame to also have room for failure and then get on the wagon again and push through the habit you really want to do and which will bring you a great benefit, because that's why we do that. Take care. Thank you so much for watching, and join my free Facebook group, Joy is My Compass Members Club. We will discuss in there, and we will hold each other accountable in there. Okay, bye-bye. Take care.